Yes. Next we'll see how we are installing SQL Server in production server. Generally here, like after purchasing SQL Server product, okay, so we can download the product. Microsoft will provide us links actually. So through that link, we can download the SQL Server software. Okay, so after downloading software in our server, then we can start installation process. Okay, right. Already we know step one is what? Installing database server or database engine. Okay, again, just remember to installing SQL Server or database engine. In real times here, we'll get installation checklist we are using here. Installation checklist means in this installation checklist we have complete information about the instance. Means what? Instance name, yeah, what services we need to install. Okay, SQL Server analysis services, reporting services, what features we have to install. Okay, in which drive we have to install. So who should work as DBAs. Okay, like complete information is there here in the installation checklist. Default instance or named instance, these complete details are there in the installation checklist. Okay, so according to that checklist, remember we are installing SQL Server. Once again, remember in real time, installation is not our regular job. Already we know, right? Once we enter in the organization, everything is ready. Total setup is there. We have to start working with the setup. Okay, we have to understand. Yes. So check here what I will do. I will go to Microsoft website. Yeah, here see just for our demo purpose. From Microsoft website directly I will download the software. After downloading the software, I will run the setup. Same we know already. Okay. After downloading the software, we can install SQL Server, nothing but database engine. Once the installation is done, step two is what? Installing SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. That is common here. In the previous classes also we have seen, previous lectures also. We can download SSMS from Microsoft website. We can install first time. Once again, remember this SSMS should be installed only one time per machine. Means what? In one server, for example, say let's say this development server is there. For example, the development server, let's say I want to development server. In the development server, I want to install 3 instances, for example. One is for one client, this is second client, this is third client. Means what? 3 times I'm installing SQL engine for SPI. For example, here some client we have to understand. SQL engine for HSBC means one instance. Okay, so one instance for some other banks here, Citibank, some things here. It's 3 different clients are there. That's why 3 instances in that respective databases, their clients' databases. Now, obviously, to work with these 3 instances, we have to install SSMS only one time. Understood, right? In one machine, we have to understand for we have to install SSMS one time only. Even while practicing in our laptop also, we have to install SSMS one time. Then we can install multiple instances. We have seen maximum 50 instances are allowed per machine. Okay, 50 instances. Only one SSMS we have to install. Latest version SSMS is okay for us. By using latest version SSMS, we can connect to latest version of SQL Server, or lower versions also we can connect. Okay, yes, yes. Check here, let's say we'll start the installation process. Means our database engine will install first for anyone like Citibank, for example. Any client, okay? Yeah, just I will go to share Microsoft website. So I will start the installation process. Already we have seen. So SQL Server 2019 here. We can type in Google also, SQL Server 2019. Yeah, go to Microsoft SQL Server 2019. Or here if you see, download option is there. SQL Server downloads. Anyone, both are same actually. Then here SQL Server on premises, right? In my laptop, I want to install SQL Server, for example, free trial. Okay. Now it is asking which version you want to install. Our latest version is 2019, for example, right now. Okay. So 17, 16, 14. Check here, all these are evaluation editions. Okay, enterprise evaluation edition means what? It has same features of enterprise edition. Okay, continue. Same exe you have selected, continue. Check it, just type some details, just any details, just we have to type here, any information. Okay, okay, any details, select checkbox, yes, continue. Okay, check here, it started here, downloading. Yeah, once the download, yeah, actually installation is startup file is downloaded. We know already. Click on that file. Yes. Yeah. Check here. Previously, I have shown you in the previous lectures, we have discussed basic installation, right? So let's say I will go to download media. We can download SQL Server software in our local machine. Then we can run the setup. We can install how many instances we need. Okay, right. Click on download media. Okay, yeah, select here ISO. By default it is selected. It is showing the size also. Okay, by default here it is selected ISO. Right. Next here, like download location, it is asking here. By default it is taking my default paths here. Okay, downloads folder. We can change the path also. Okay, yes, click on download. Then once we click on download, software is downloaded. Once the software is downloaded successfully, then we can start installation process. Okay, right. Yes, check here, like, yeah, downloaded successfully. Open folder, or you can go to downloads folder also. Yes, so here the software is there here in downloads folder. Right click on this. Actually it is a ISO image, right? Yes, so here the software is there, ISO image software is there. So just right click on that ISO image, mount. See here, mount. Yeah, check here, it is mounted to one drive actually. Now we can run the setup. Okay, run the setup. Yes, Yeah, once we run the setups here, we are getting SQL Server Installation Center. Okay, yeah, here we can see hardware and software requirements, which we have seen in the previous class, previous lecture. So yeah, just it will navigate to Microsoft website, actually, Microsoft website. Okay, so next here I will go to installation. Here see options are there, various options are there. New SQL Server standalone installations here. So first we are going with standalone installation. Later we'll go with this cluster installation. Actually, remember I'm running the setup in my laptop, Windows 10 machine, but in real time we are installing in what? Windows Server operating system, right? That's why in Windows 10 machine we can't configure cluster. It is saying these two options are disabled. See here, right? We'll see that later. First, I'm going with the standalone installation. SSMS we can download from here also. Here, same thing. If I click here, it navigates to Microsoft website. From here, we can download SSMS. Okay, first option I am selecting. Okay, yeah. So verifying the rules here, everything is verified. It is saying automatically navigating to the next page. Install setup files. Already we have seen setup support files are installed in system drive. So these files are for setup process. Once the setup is completed successfully, automatically these files are cleared. Right. Okay. Okay. Installation rules, it is verifying. Check here in Windows firewall warning it is showing. Means in my machine firewall is on. We'll see after installation again. If the firewall is on, we have to add the instance or instance port number into firewall. We'll discuss later. Okay, next. Yes, perform a new installation or you want to add features to existing instance, it is asking. So in my machine, so many instances are there. Let's say I want to go with what? New installation. Okay, right. Next. Check here, specify which edition you want. Evaluation edition is there here by default, which is a 180 days free edition. 180 days free edition, evaluation edition. Okay, so I will take this yeah, evaluation edition, which has total features of SQL Server. Means what? You can practice all the features like log shipping, mirroring, always on, clustering, replication, performance tuning, backups, restores, security, everything we can practice here. Actually, it is enterprise edition only, but it is for 180 days. After 180 days, it will expire. But by default, remember, whenever we purchase SQL Server, once you download, automatically will get your product key. Even no need to type also, automatically will get product key. The development server we can use here, developer edition, which is always free. And Express Edition we have seen, which is for a small scale application. It is also free. We can use this in production also, but for small scale applications only it is Express Edition. Okay. Yeah, we have only 10 GB database size. Is there so many limitations are there in Express Edition? Let's say I'm going with Evaluation Edition. Okay, next. Yeah, I accept. Next. Okay, it is taking some time. Yes, check it. Yeah, we are getting the next page. It is asking what features you want to install. Check here if it is a development server, we can install only database engine. But if it is a production server, we need generally say replication, full text filter, and DQS data quality services. These four features: database engine, replication, full text filter, DQS. Actually, remember, like we can see the description here. Basically, remember, first we can install database engine. Later, also we can add these features at any time. But only problem is that server restart is required. Okay. Check here some other options are there here. Machine learning. Even from 2019, Java support is also there here for our programming purpose. Okay. So in the same way, like some extra options are there here. In general, here along with these four check boxes, we have to install in general in production server. Integration services also we have to install, which is basically used for automation purpose. Integration services, connectivity, client tools, connectivity, client tool, SDK, SQL client connectivity SDK. These are here. These are installed only one time. Already in my laptop, these are there. That's why they are grayed out here. You can't install one more time, it is saying. But remember, these four features we have to install here. Okay, just your installation path is there here. C program files, Microsoft SQL Server. This is the default path. We can continue with the same path. But remember, in real time, we are installing in a drive, separate drive. Microsoft is recommending yes drive, but we can use some different drive. Let's say in my machine, yes drive is there. I can use yes drive, any drive we have to understand. You can take D drive, E drive, something here. Just we have to understand here SQL Server should be installed in other than system drive. Other than system drive. Okay, right, right. So next, is taking time. Okay, yeah, instance name it is asking here. Already here, if you see MS SQL Server, already default instance is there in my machine. So now automatically it has selected named instance. So we can provide some instance names here. Okay, for example, here city cards, some things here. Okay, so for cards department, we are creating one instance. Just press tab, automatically instance ID also it will take same. Okay, next. Just use any name, just here for testing purpose, practice purpose, I am using this name. You can use any name. But remember, already we have seen in real time all these instance name in which location we have to install. Okay, so with what features instance should be created. In yeah, all those details are mentioned in the installation checklist. Okay, to start generally, yeah, to start installing SQL Server, remember what is required. Installation checklist is required for us, right? So in the installation checklist, they will mention very clearly. In the installation checklist, they will mention very clearly what we need to install exactly. Okay, depends on that we can start installation process. Okay, right. Check here. Next here, like service account, it is asking. Actually, default account it is taking. We'll see later in detail. And startup type is it automatic. Okay, so basically remember just one point. Remember, service account means remember it is a separate account for SQL Server. Means what our SQL engine communicate with the OS and other servers in the background by using this service account. Okay, we'll talk about this later in detail. Now we have some confusion will be, that's why I'm not going into this in detail. So yeah, just here I have changed here startup type to automatic. Means what? Whenever the machine is restarted, server is restarted, these services are also started automatically. Okay, check here one checkbox is there, grant perform volume maintenance task. Actually, we have one group policy is there in Windows, perform volume maintenance task. This is here one group policy is there in OS. Here see we are enabling this group policy. Just one point, remember later we'll see in detail. Yeah, this feature, if I enable this option, it improves backup and restore performance. Okay, later we'll see how it improves. Okay, everything in detail. Yes, check your collation is there. Collation settings are nothing but language settings. Means which language characters you want to allow in the database tables and whether it is case sensitive or not. Okay, so it depends on your collation settings. Check your default collation is it SQL Latin 1 General CP1. Means what it is US English in general. CIAS is there, sir. CI means case insensitive. AS means accent sensitive. By default, remember, now we have to understand here in SQL Server, data is case insensitive. Okay, so any type of case data may be there in the database tables. So comparison is done with case insensitive. Okay, yes. Okay, next. Now it is asking, sir, server configuration, authentication mode. It is asking Windows and mixed mode authentication. By default, Windows authentication mode is selected. Just remember one point, Windows authentication allows same domain users to work with SQL Server. Suppose I'm installing SQL Server in Citibank cards domain, for example. So same employees, same company employees, same domain users only can work. Suppose if want to allow same domain users and applications as well as outside domain also, like Paytm, PhonePe, GPay, some mobile wallets, for example, here from different domains also, then we have to go with mixed mode authentication. And indirectly, just remember one point we'll see again in security in detail. So if the server is running in Windows authentication mode, remember only you can connect to the server from your laptop only. From my laptop, I can't connect to your server. If you want to allow me to connect from my laptop, then your server should be running in what? Mixed mode authentication. If we select mixed modes here, it is asking SCA password. Here see in SQL Server default login is there SCA, system administrator. Its password it is asking. We can change authentication mode later also. Okay. Next here, specify SQL Server administrators. It is asking. Just I am clicking here, add current user. Means what currently in the machine with what name I have connected. Okay, at OS level. For my name, one login is created in SQL Server. Okay, by clicking on add buttons here, we can add our other members also. Let's say in my team, 3 DBAs are there. Okay, I am installing SQL Server. My name is added here. See, in the log, for my name, login is created. Okay, by clicking on add button, remember we can add the other DBA accounts also. I can add here. Later also we can add, but one account is compulsory for us. Next here, data directories are there. It is showing the database locations here, data file, log file locations, backup folder path. We can customize all these now. Later also we can customize. TempDB configuration is there. First time from 2016 onwards here, we have this TempDB configuration. 2016 onwards. Okay, right. So here's like we have number of data files here. It has taken same number of data files similar to number of CPUs in the server. Okay, in the server we have 8 CPUs are there in my machine. Automatically it has taken number of files 8. Okay, as a best practice here. Okay, yeah, 8 data files are there. 1 log file is added. So yeah, we can change the locations also. Microsoft is recommending. Always it's best practice to place the MDB files in a separate disk. Okay. Yes, for better performance. Especially today, they are recommending you place MDB files in SSD. SSD, solid state drive. SSD. Okay, right. So why? Because SSD IO is very high. That's why we'll get very high performance. Okay, right. So in the same way, max DOP is there, maximum degree of parallelism. This is related to CPU. By default, 8 CPUs it is taking here automatically. We'll discuss this later in detail. Okay, so in the same way, we can configure memory also, how much RAM MySQL server can use. This is the default values are there. If I click on recommended, it takes automatically as a best practice here in my machine. 32 GB RAM is there. Almost all it is taking 28 GB RAM. See here. Okay. Yes, we can go with the recommendations in general. Select the checkbox. File stream is there. We'll talk about this later. Okay, not compulsory. Yes, these are see like properties we have set. Next. Okay, see whatever the options we have selected till now. what are the options we have selected till now. So these options are listed here. See, all the options are captured in these files here, configuration file.ini. All the options are captured in this file. Okay, so once we click on install button, so by using this file, installation will continue. Okay, so sometimes remember we can install directly by using this file also, SQL Server. No need to click next. I will show you in the next lecture. We'll see how to install SQL Server using configuration file. Okay, yes, click on install. Yes, installation is started here. Okay, right. So once the installation is started, so by using this configuration file, it will continue installation process. Yes, in a fresh machine, yeah, depends on hardware configuration. It may take time. Okay, 10 to 15 minutes time, but already in my machine I have installed SQL Server previously also. That's why it takes less time, 3 to 5 minutes time. Okay, yes. See, once the installation is completed, already in the previous lecture we have seen how to install SSMS. If already SSMS is there, we can connect. Okay, we can start working. Okay, right. Takes a while. Just I will pause the video. We'll come back again. Here, almost all installation is going on. Okay, we'll finish. Okay, right. Check your installation was done successfully. This is your summary.txt file is generated. Okay, installation output file. We'll see later. Okay, close. Yeah, already in my machine I have installed SSMS. Okay, click on OK, open SSMS. We can connect. Okay, yes. Check here. Click on Browse button. Database engine, last ones here. Yeah, city cards here. We can type also directly. System name / instance name connect. Okay, yes. Check it like we have seen 15.0 version 2019. No databases are there, only system databases are there, right? So we know already by right clicking here, we can take new query. By using the new query, we can start working with commands, right? Check here. You can see, always remember after typing the command, select the command and execute. Yes. Okay. Yes. So like this, we can check, we can work with the server name. Okay. So this is my, sorry. Yes. Check your server name. This is my server. Like this here, we can check the information. Here we have installed successfully fresh instance it is. Then what we can do? We can restore the databases. We can start working. Yes. In this lecture we have seen how to download SQL Server from Microsoft website, how to start installation process, custom installation process we have seen. As part of custom installation we have seen we have main configuration options are also there. We have seen like memory configuration. Okay, so CPU configurations, data file, log file locations. Okay, we can change the authentication modes, right? We can set the installation path. We can select which services we need to install. All these options are available here in this yeah, custom installation. Okay, right. Thank you very much for watching this lecture. We'll meet in the next lecture.